Turning back to D.C., President Trump has made the border wall front and center of his candidacy and, of course, presidency. And he apparently has a very specific person in mind to build it. The Washington Post reports that the president has repeatedly urged Homeland Security officials to hire a specific North Dakota-based firm whose CEO is a GOP donor and, oddly enough, a frequent guest on Fox News as the contractor to build the wall on the southern border. That contract is worth billions of dollars. Joining me now to weigh in from the Washington Post, writer of the must-read morning newsletter Power Up, Jackie Alamany, and Anna Palmer, senior Washington correspondent for Politico and author of the DC's other must-read morning newsletter, Politico Playbook. Jackie, to you first. In a statement to your paper, the White House said this: "The president is one of the country's most successful builders and knows better than anyone how to negotiate the best deals." So, first of all, that's not the case. The Trump Organization is not known as one of the country's best builders. But they didn't really answer your question. What in the world is going on here?
No, they didn't. And this sort of insane story by my colleagues, Josh Dawsey and Nick Miroff, really revealed, I think, sort of a corruption level of what oversight has been really concerned with when it comes to the president making policy decisions. And that's that he's not necessarily impartial and is sometimes being driven by ulterior motives, like ties to his donors or people that he sees as allies on Fox News. And as Josh and Nick reported in this piece, Trump's obsession with giving the business to one of his top GOP donors alarmed Department of Homeland Security and military officials. You know, the White House has not confirmed the story, as you read in that statement, but they haven't denied it. And instead, they've sort of pointed to Trump's preoccupation with what the wall is going to look like. And which is really in line with a lot of our reporting previously about these small details as it relates to the wall and how it looks and sort of the mechanics behind these kinds of things as opposed to the actual policy.
All right, let's play devil's advocate for a moment, Anna. There are CEOs that go on television all the time. There are CEOs that give to political parties all the time. If this company has the technology to build the wall, does it matter that he's a big GOP donor?
I mean, this is what companies spend millions and millions of dollars on pre-Trump, and they will after Trump, in terms of trying to influence the process and get business. I think the big difference here, the outlier, is the president. And it isn't just on this border wall. There's been several instances, whether it's on tariffs and who is going to be able to get a waiver, or whether you have Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin talking to executives at Walmart about the price increases that might go into effect. That is what is really different here. The fact that a company is trying to use its position and power on using the press to try to, elevate its image and to get in front of the right people, that's not necessarily the news to me. The news is really what's happening in the White House.